Welcome back to Mac Talk Sports, and in this video I'm going to review day 7 of UEFA Euro 2024. What a day it was. Spain qualify, heart break for Slovenia, and England being boring and disastrous. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with Slovenia and Serbia, and I'm a bit angry at myself because I said yesterday that the games involving the smaller nation, they are very exciting to watch, but then I said this game is not going to be the same as the previous ones, but boy was I wrong. Such an amazing game, such an interesting game to watch if you are a neutral. Slovenia, they came with the same confidence that they had in their game against Denmark, and they were right onto it with a start. Majaka gets plays a 1-2 with I think Šeško it was, and gets into the D, takes a shot, but Rajkovic parries it away. The Serbs respond by with their own attack. The ball comes in, Vlahovic heads the ball but straight into the hands of Jan Oblak. Slovenia, they are the ones that who have like basically the control in the game as compared to Serbia, more control in the game. They come back with Ashnik. He hits the shot, it hits the crossbar, comes back in, but and then Šeško on the rebound skies it over, and we go into the half as at 0-0. But the game was such a, it was a 0-0, but it was an exciting game. Like it's not like a boring 0-0 where it was very exciting, but we go to the second half, and then Serbia sort of came back a little bit into the game. Tadic on the right hand side crosses it in onto the head of Mitrovic, but he unfortunately heads it over the bar, and the game remains 0-0. Serbia get another corner, but they're not able to do anything out of it. Pranicic gets the ball, makes the run forward, passes it, and the ball goes onto the left hand side. Then the cross comes in onto the back post, and who else but Pranicic is there, and he thumbs it in, and it's 1-0 to Slovenia, and they deservedly got the lead. I think they were the better side overall in the entire game. And US, and then they sort of sat back and they try to control the game to see it out. And but Serbia, they continued to attack. They wanted that import because they knew if they lost that game, it could be curtains for them. Vlahovic plays a beautiful ball onto the feet of Mitrovic, and he connects it really well, but the ball hits the crossbar and it goes out. And at that point you're thinking maybe Slovenia could see it through. But as they say, it's not over until it's something happened to my camera, sorry. Yeah, so as they say, it's not over until it's over. It's the last corner of the game. Even the 5 extra minutes have been finished, but the game continues. The corner comes in, every player on the field is there in that area, but Luka Jovic jumps high from all of them and thumbs the header in the corner, and it's a 1-1. And both of the teams get the 1-1 crucial point. Now Slovenia are on 2 points, and Serbia officially are on 1 point. They're both still in the competition, and with the weight of the result that happened in the next game, it's quite interesting that all 4 teams can qualify for the next round going into the match day 3. I think that the third team qualification scenario, one of the teams that go in through them will be from this group. I'm quite certain about that. Talking about the next game, let's talk. It's England versus Denmark, and boy oh boy, what a game that was. Not in a good way, but in a bad way. And I feel like it's deja vu. I'm gonna say the same things that I said last week. But let's get into the game start, and it's the same England that like the tournament favorites. The way they played in the first 15-16 minutes, it was really good to see. It showed what those players, if they're given the chance, given the freedom, what they can do, and that Southgate can play this way. Like he chooses not to play that way, but that clearly shows that there is something wrong with this man. They start, and finally Kyle Walker beats his man on the right hand side, uses his pace, makes a cross, it gets deflected, and somehow it lands on Harry Kane's feet, and he taps it in, and it's 1-0 England. And that is the moment that everybody is thinking what will happen now. And unfortunately for everybody watching and for English fans especially, Gareth Southgate decides to sit back again. And I sometimes I understand you're in the 85th 80 to 90th minute, you have a 1-0 lead, you decide to sit back. This is like 17th minute they scored and then he decided to sit back. And if you keep on doing this, I said in my last video, you are gonna pay, there will be trouble. And they paid. When Denmark saw that England are not continuing their attacks, they are sitting back, they are giving them more possession of the ball, so they grew in confidence. And they finally about 35-minute mark, Holmland from 30 yards out, he scores a stunner, and it's 1-1. And you can say Denmark deserved it and England deserved it. I said last in my preview that it's England versus Denmark and it's England versus England, and that proved to be costly for them. And unlike England, Denmark continued the attack, continued the momentum after scoring. Just before halftime, Højbjerg tried to emulate his teammate, but thankfully for the English fans and for England, Pickford was there and he parries it away. We go into the half 1-1. After they come out for the second half, and it seemed like for the first 10-15 minutes, it's the same English players that they were in the first 15 minutes of the half. Saka on the right hand side gets between two players and plays a good ball on the feet of Foden, but unfortunately he hits the post and the ball comes back, and Saka is already fumbling down and his connection is very bad. He skies it over on the rebound. The game stays 1-1 and now it's sort of settling down. Like you expect, like both of the teams sort of have accepted the 1-1 draw. It was so boring to watch. It's as I said, it was bad as a spectator. It's not a good game. You watch, like you would not want to watch a game. That's that game. It was really bad. This England get another chance, and Gareth Southgate made a sub. I was pleased with that one. Ollie Watkins, he came in finally, because the way that England were playing, Harry Kane was anonymous. Apart from that goal, he did not do anything. He was poor. He was poor in the previous game. Was poor again. But it's more to do with the tactics of Gareth Southgate than to with Harry Kane. They bring in Ollie Watkins. The ball plays, he makes an amazing run behind the defense. The ball gets played, and he shoots it. It was a great chance. He should have scored, but Kasper Schmeichel makes a great save, and it stays 1-1. In the dying stages of the game, Højbjerg tries to test his luck one more time, but Pickford again denies him, and the game ends 1-1. And English fans boo their team off the pitch, and rightfully so. It's more to do towards the manager, I think, than towards the player. But it's not looking good. If they continue to do so, they're lucky it's Denmark. Their next game is Slovenia. I'm really fearful, to be very honest, for England if they continue to do this, because the way Slovenia have played with no fear in the last two games, they could cause an upset in the next game and England could lose from them. So that would be really something if England lose that game. As I said, the group is poised perfectly at this moment. Anything can go forward. So let's wait for match day 3. Going to talk about the last game, Spain versus Italy, and how that game ended. 1-0 is beyond me. I predicted 2-2, but I think I expected too much from Italy. In my first preview, I said their squad is not as good that you expect the Italian squads to be, and I think the difference in class was showing. The Spanish are quite lucky in a sense that people are still not, before the tournament, they were not thinking of them as the favorites. So not a lot of eyes on them, but now it's coming to them. They are showing that they are here to stay. They have a claim to be one of the favorites. The game starts. Nico Williams on the left hand side, I think he was man of the match. Sensational on the left hand side, plays a great cross. Pedri but shoots it straight right at Donnarumma. A couple of minutes later, it's Morata, creates an amazing angle, cross comes in. This time it's Nico Williams. He's the one who shoots, heads wide. It was chance after chance after chance. Then it was Fabian Ruiz. He shot from a long range, but a great side. But again, it's Donnarumma. He saves it, stays 0-0. We go into the second half, the game, and going to the second half, and again the same thing from the left hand side. Like Nico Williams basically destroyed the Italian right back the entire night. beats his man, gets the cross in, and unluckily for Italy, Donnarumma gets a palm at it, but the ball goes right at the feet of Fiorelli, unfortunately, and he's not able to get out of the way. The ball hits his shin, and the ball goes in, and it's a 1-0 thanks to the own goal. Then it's Morata. Because the Spanish were creating chances left, right, and center, he's the one. He tries his luck. Donnarumma is again there. They had another chance. Lamine Yamal tries his luck. But the best chance again came to Nico Williams on the left-hand side. Cuts it back with his inner foot, crosses the ball, curls the ball inside. Donnarumma is beaten, but it hits the crossbar and goes out. Stays 1-0. In the end, 5-6 minutes, Ayoze Perez, he has 2 good chances, but again it's Donnarumma who comes in the way. The sad thing for Donnarumma is the only person who he could not save was from his own teammate, so it's quite a sad thing for him. Spain win 1-0. They go into the next round. They become the second team after Germany to qualify. So they are looking very good. Italy, on the other hand, still on 3 points, and they have to play Croatia in the last game. So that's going to be quite an interesting watch as well. That's it from me in this video. Please let me know what you guys think of all the games today. What you guys especially think of Gareth Southgate and what his plans for England are. Please let me know everything in the comment section. Like my video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye bye.